What is happening? It is 7 minutes before I even need to be out the door, and I'm done with everything. And when I say everything, I mean I've washed and dried a load of laundry. I've got clean dishes. I put the dishes from last night away. I picked up my living room. I had my clothes laid out ready to go. My hair and makeup and everything is done. Like, what even? I just don't even know what crazy. But I've been trying really hard to like I said in my last video, trying hard to pull my life together a little bit. And so I rebooted my Fly Lady routines, and already 7 minutes early. Like, how? I'm not complaining for sure, because it'll make my evening easier. It'll make my mornings easier. It'll just make everything easier if I would just follow the routines like I always have. I just had gotten away from it, you know, much like a lot of things I'd gotten away from. So it's weigh-in Wednesday today, and I am at 187. Just the same 2 pounds. Lose it and gain it, lose it and gain it, lose it and gain it. I mean, I guess I should be happy that it's not going over that, but I'm so tired of this. I want to get rid of it. My dinners have been getting healthier and healthier, which is good. My lunch choices are getting a little bit better. It's the snacking on the Halloween candy that's kicking my butt. Now, mind you, I took my candy to work and I'm like giving it away. I'm like, come take this candy. I gave a whole bunch to my grandkids. I'll probably give some more to my nephew. Anything to get this candy out of the house, because I can't even. It's just too much. I'm gonna get there. I mean, I started losing weight in the fall and winter last year. I can do it again. It's not that hard. It's 25 pounds. You know, I've lost 40. All I have left is 25 little bitty pounds. I can do this. 25 little bitty pounds. This is not that much. It's not that much. I can do this. I tagged myself in this weight loss tag that I've seen going around. Nobody has tagged me in it, and I'm looking at all of you. Y'all should be tagging me and stuff. I'm just saying. Not hurt or anything. But no, I decided to tag myself because I thought maybe you might be interested, maybe not, in my weight loss journey. So I'm going to answer some questions on this weight loss tag. 227 was my highest weight. When I was like in high school, I mean, I know this doesn't sound good, and if this is triggering for you at all, please click off now, but I starved myself in high school. That was how I lost weight in high school. I didn't really need to that often, but there was like a pressure. All my friends were trying to, you know, fit into their prom dress, and I just kind of felt like I needed to do something like that. So for a while, I remember I was very restrictive about my eating. I would pick at my breakfast even though I was starving, or I would just have a slice of toast. And then at lunchtime, I would have 6 saltine crackers and a little bit of juice. And where did I get the idea to eat that? From a book about anorexia. You know, I used it as a guidebook for how to lose weight and be super, super skinny. And it showed, because I looked like a walking skeleton. I am hesitant to say that I was anorexic because, I mean, I had bad eating habits that bordered on it, but I was in control of what I was doing. It never got out of control, as, you know, it didn't last for very long, so I don't want to say that I was anorexic, but I was following an anorexic diet for an extended period of time. It was not safe, it was not healthy. After I gained the weight after having my son, and then I tried losing weight the first time, I just exercised. I didn't change anything about what I was eating, I just exercised. Melted right off. Had a great metabolism still. After my back went out though, it's like my metabolism had stopped working by then. So when I lost weight the next time, it was using my boss's Weight Watchers book. She had a book that had all the points and stuff. That was when I think when they first really started the point system. I just used her book as a guide and asked her how many points she was supposed to be on, and then I cut that down by like 10 and then just did that, and I lost 60 pounds. Then I gained it back, and then I was working at a place where we had like challenges to eat healthier. We would have potlucks every day, but the challenge of the potluck was to bring a healthy version of the food. So if we had taco day, we would bring low-fat turkey, we would bring fat-free cheese, sugar-free this, fat-free that, and tried to make it as healthy as possible. So I lost a lot of weight doing that. And then we would take walks on all of our breaks. Anytime we went on break, we took a walk around the neighborhood, and, it burned off a lot. And I probably lost about 40 of the 60 pounds. The story is that I had burnt my foot while cooking. And I know you're probably thinking it's just a bad episode of The Office, but what happened was I was cooking, I splattered grease on my foot, and it gave me a 3rd-degree burn on my foot. And so I was treating it at home, and it got infected, and so I went to the walk-in clinic to get medication or to get it looked at, and they were more concerned about my extremely high blood pressure. It was 150 over 100. And at one point it was actually a little bit higher, but they wouldn't tell me what it was because they didn't want to freak me out even more. And so they were considering hospitalizing me just because of my blood pressure. And so then they told me I needed to go for a follow-up with my general physician, and, it turned out I had hypertension. After trying several medications, my general physician moved to a different town and was replaced by one of her partners in the facility that I went to. And he said, you know what? You're having so many complications related to these medications, and I know you don't like taking medicine anyways. So let's just stop taking it and just lose weight. And I was like, I don't know if I can. And he's like, I feel like you can. You're pretty young. You can do this. You're just going to have to buckle down. And he's like, I can refer you to a registered dietitian if you'd like. And his wife actually is a registered dietitian. That's who he was referring to. And I was like, I don't know if I need to go that far. I know what I need to do. I just don't want to do it. And it still took me another year or two before I really got a handle on it. But I worked on my mental health because I knew that was part of what was holding me back. It helped me more easily focus on my physical health. So after all that, I finally did start getting a handle on that. And after this I had been going every 2 to 3 months for follow-ups because he wanted to see how I was doing. And I started losing weight, and I was on such a high momentum that I didn't want to stop to go to the doctor. But eventually I was like, okay, I've got to go because I needed a prescription renewal. And so I went, and he was so shocked. He was like, and my blood pressure was completely back to normal. And he was like, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. I still want you to lose that last 25, but after that, you should be fine. And he told me I didn't have to come back for a year versus having to go back every 2 months. So that was amazing. Italian food. I love pasta. I love pasta so much. It's been one of the hardest things to limit. And notice I didn't say is my hardest one to give up, because I don't give up any food. restrictive eating has not panned out for me in the past, and I'm not about to start now. So, but I do only get Italian food like once a month, maybe twice. I think you see on my videos how I reward my accomplishments. I do a Treat Yourself Tuesday, which kind of, I don't really reward myself for like hitting a milestone like, oh, I lost 5 pounds, I'm gonna buy blah, blah, blah. My Treat Yourself Tuesday is more to like keep me motivated, to keep going. I might treat myself, especially if I'm really struggling to do something, I will get a treat that has something to do with that. Like if I'm struggling with exercising, I might go buy myself a new piece of exercise clothing or a new piece of exercise equipment, even if it's just like a set of little barbells or something. Something to like keep me motivated, to keep going. If I'm staying relatively motivated, then I'll just like get something that I've kind of been wanting, but I'm not really sure. You know, it'd be cool to have, but I don't need to have it. I just would like it. And it's just a nice little way it's kind of self-care, I think. Like it makes you feel good, makes you feel, and it's not food, because where I used to use food, but I also don't want to like fill my house with a bunch of random stuff either. I would like to get things that are useful, things that I actually need or want, or have always wanted. I don't want to just buy random stuff for the sake of buying random stuff. You know what I mean? I would say my most rewarding non-scale victory is probably when I went to the doctor and it was normal. Like actually on the low end of normal, like it used to be. That was a huge non-scale victory that I'm super proud of. And it's what I've been working for all along. So I'm very proud of it. What will I do? I don't really have any restrictions now because of my weight. I mean, it's not, I guess, as bad as some, but I mean, I guess I'll wear clothes that fit better. But I will just maintain. That's what I will do. I will maintain. Because I'm not going to do this again. This was too stinking hard. I am not doing this again. Like, I am going to keep a close eye on my weight, because if you think I'm going to do this a second time, you are out of your dadgum mind. There's no way. Calorie counting, 1,200 calories if I don't exercise, 1,400 if I do exercise. I am also going to be trying out the Itraq Bites Sugar Smart plan and see how that works. I don't really know how that's going to work, so we'll see. The first habit that I changed was soda, and it was actually not based off of my doctor appointment. It was a habit that I knew I needed to kick, but I knew that would probably be the hardest one for me, so I thought, let's do the hardest one first and get it over with. I had gone to the dentist. The dentist told me that he showed me the bottoms of my back teeth and they were black. He said, "You have bottle rot." And I'm like, what? I brush my teeth a lot, like, because I'm super paranoid about bad breath. Flossed regularly, brushed regularly. So I was like, I don't understand. He said, "You have bottle rot from the soda that you're drinking." He goes, "How much are you drinking in a day?" And I'm like 4 or 5 glasses. And he's like, "Yeah, you gotta stop." That was my very first thing that I don't want to say I quit it, because I didn't, but I cut back significantly. Almost every meal I have water. The only time I have soda is on the weekends, and I only have it once a day. I like my eyes, but I mean, I still, in spite of the weight gain or the weight loss, I like my chest. I have a nice chest, I think. I think my biggest challenges are my depression, because it never fully goes away. And my depression manifests not in like necessarily having a negative attitude or anything. It manifests in low to no energy. And mentally, I'm a person that is very active, but physically, I cannot actually sometimes get out of bed even, or brush my hair. It's a struggle just to function. And that can be very challenging when you're trying to lose weight. My other challenge is that I really like food. And most of the foods that I love the most are the ones that are the worst for me. So there's actually a couple tips I have for losing weight. First of all, don't restrict. Don't tell yourself you can't have a food, because I have never, in all my years of watching people who've struggled with their weight, have never met a person who lost weight and kept it off by restricting. Unless you are allergic to a food it's gonna kill you, or you're like diabetic and you really can't have it because it might kill you, then yeah, maybe restrict it. Otherwise, the more you restrict it, the more you're going to want it. Or when you finally do have an opportunity or a weak moment and you binge on it, it's a setup for failure. And then that failure makes you feel guilty, and that guilt makes you binge, and then, it's a vicious cycle. Break that cycle by just not restricting, just limit. My other tip would have to be to, I don't want to say to ignore your failures, but definitely focus more on what you've accomplished. So many people that I see that really and truly struggle with their weight loss focus too much on what they're not doing. While it's important to be mindful of what you're not doing, beating yourself up is just going to cause that vicious cycle that I just referred to. My other tip is to not be afraid of a vegetable or a fruit. You've got to eat healthy foods. The more processed crap that you eat, the harder it's going to be for you to lose weight. You need to eat natural foods. You need to eat lean meats. You need to eat fruit. You need to eat vegetables. Period. Exclamation point. You're not going to get it eating frozen dinners. You're not going to get it. I mean, you can, but it's not going to be as easy. The more natural your foods are, the easier it's going to be for you. My number one way to stay motivated is this channel, actually. And I'm so glad that Robbie at Frecky Fitwolf convinced me to start a channel, because me posting these videos, if I'm venting or ranting, it's getting something out of my system that I probably would have paid a therapist to listen to. So lucky you. It kind of is a way to help me kind of work out whatever issues are going on. Also, when I have to get on here and show you what I ate or tell you about what I did to lose weight, I don't want to walk on here and say, look, this is how I failed this week. I want to tell you about what I accomplished. I'm more motivated to do better. Does that mean that I don't fail? Oh, I absolutely fail. I fail hard, but I do it a lot less since I got this channel, just because I don't want to be embarrassed and have to tell you how I failed. But I'm not so embarrassed that I won't tell you how I failed, because I think it's an important part of weight loss, an important part of the journey, if you will. You have to take the failures to be able to be successful. You didn't learn to tie your shoe in a day. You had to keep trying and trying and trying. And finally, one day, you got it. And now you tie your shoes like it's, nothing. You can tie your shoes, no problem. And it's the same way with eating healthy and exercising. You know, it's going to take some time to learn it and to get in the habit of doing it. But once you do it on a regular basis, it'll just become second nature. I don't know. You can do it. You're not too old. You're not too crippled up to do it. You can do it. And you can do it with limited activity. You can do it. So thanks for listening to my little weight loss tag journey, whatever. I hope you had a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful weigh-in if you're going to be doing it at all this weekend. Plans this weekend are still kind of up in the air, but you know, I'll figure it out. Supposed to get some snow, and I'm really feeling like I want to decorate for Christmas, which is insane, but I don't know. I just feel like kind of motivated, so who knows? But anyhow, if you like this video, give it a like, give me a comment, let me know what you think about the content. If you have any content suggestions, I'm always open to suggestions. And also subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and hopefully I will talk to you later. Bye. Yeah, you see that? Snow.